Here are 5 things that I think are really important in figuring out your purpose and finding a path to fulfillment. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Finesse with another video. Hopefully during all this downtime during quarantine / lockdown, whatever you want to call it, house arrest, hopefully you've been able to take advantage of some of the time if you've been laid off of work and you just got all this free time to think about everything that is really important in your life. Hopefully you've taken some time to do that. If not, it's okay. It's never too late to figure this stuff out, but the sooner the better, obviously. So today I want to go over with you some of the things that I've found to be really important and very helpful in figuring out what I want to make of my life and how to, give myself meaning and purpose and find out what really brings me to life, because living your life is exponentially different than just being alive. So here are 5 things that I think are really important in figuring out your purpose and finding a path to fulfillment. The first and most important thing would be your values. I think the biggest thing that gets us mixed up is not knowing what's actually important to us in the first place. So if you can figure out what's actually the most important things in your life, you can orient yourself in such a way that your life goals are designed to fulfill your values. And this leads to long-term fulfillment. It helps you build a sense of integrity, self-respect, and I think that's where you can develop your own meaning for life too. And there are things you can do to kind of narrow it down and figure out what's really important to you. I'll link something in the description that'll kind of help you figure out what is important to you. It'll give you a list of all these different values and you basically put them in order. And then at the end of it, it'll give you the top 5 and then you'll have somewhere to start. So that brings me to step 2, which is goals, specifically SMART goals. And if you've never heard of this, S.M.A.R.T goals. This is gonna be goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound or time-based. So you wanna set goals that are specific, something that's simple, 1 or 2 sentences, very clearly laid out. What is the end goal? And it has to be something that's measurable. It's got to be something that you can quantify. You can't just say,
I want a lot of money.
You have to say something like,
I want $15,000.
or whatever it is. You got to be specific. Otherwise, you'll never know when you get there. Because a lot of money could be $500 or it could be $1 million. Just depends on what you want. Also, it's got to be achievable. Something that's possible. Something that's not too challenging or outside of your reach to grasp. It's got to be something that you can reasonably strive for, something that's attainable. It has to be relevant. It has to be important to your life. It has to pertain to your values. So whatever is important to you, these goals should be relevant to your values. And it should be results based. So this way you know that you're actually getting to where you want to go by tracking your progress and seeing results as they come over time. And finally, it has to be time bound. You have to set yourself a due date, a time limit. You have to budget your time, budget your money, be as specific as possible. And I will also leave resources to how to set SMART goals and what they mean specifically and how you can learn to apply them more efficiently and effectively in your own life. So make sure you check that out. And you probably want to write down like 3 to 5 goals that you want to accomplish over the next 5 to 10 years of your life. Maybe work backwards from, your 10-year goal back to like your 5-year goal. What do you have to do by the end of each year to be closer to where you need to be? What do you need to do by the end of each month to fulfill your yearly goals? What do you need by the end of each week to fill your monthly goals? And just keep working backwards like that. It's so much easier if you can just figure out where you're going and then work backwards to figure out the best course of action. And if you're not sure what to do, that brings me to number 3. Get out of your comfort zone. And one thing that I think is really important to keep in mind is not to just go outside of your comfort zone just for the sake of being uncomfortable. You want to make it worth it. You want to make sure that when you're leaving your comfort zone, you're not just freaking yourself out constantly. Otherwise, it's not going to be any fun. Pick something that lines up with your values, something that maybe excites you or scares you, and just do something different. If you like it, keep it up. You might be on the right path. If you don't like it and you've spent enough time on it to where you know that this isn't going to be fulfilling, don't force yourself to be uncomfortable for something that you know you don't like, but make sure you give it a decent chance. See how far you can push yourself before you just can't take it anymore. But don't be that guy who's digging for gold and then gives up just before he hits the jackpot, because that sucks too. Speaking of gold, is it worth it to pursue fame and fortune, or is it better to just find a safe job, or is it better to do something that you love? Well, from my experience, chasing fame and fortune is going to be really stressful, and I'm sure you can see a lot of examples of celebrities that you look up to just being stressed out because of the fact they have to be in the public eye so much. Like, I mean, for me personally, I don't want to have all my personal out there. If I want to talk about it, cool, but I don't want to chase a career path just to be famous and just to have notoriety. Celebrity isn't all it's cracked up to be, and you can only make a certain amount of money before it just ends up being like whatever. You know, once you make enough is enough. Not only that, but money can't buy you happiness. Money doesn't solve your problems. Money will solve your money problems, but it's not gonna make you happy. And I would say don't choose a career path that pays a lot but sucks. Don't pick money over fulfillment and happiness. So don't pick a job that doesn't line up with your values just for a paycheck, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna end up chasing the money your whole life, and then once you realize that the money isn't gonna make you happy, you're gonna be spending all that money trying to make yourself happy, when you could have just been doing something that you love that makes you happy the entire time, and then you wouldn't have to pay extra for it later. Do what you love so you don't have to buy happiness later with the money from your job. But also, number 5, realize that your life will never be perfect, and don't obsess over perfecting your future. Make a plan based on your values, set goals, and do your best to just make sure that you're staying on task. The future will take care of itself. Just make sure that you're staying on task, you love what you're doing, and time will fly by, and before you know it, you'll be there. And if the journey sucks, you might want to reevaluate. Because if you get too far down the path and you realize that this goal isn't something that is going to fulfill you and it's already making you miserable, you have to at least ask yourself, is this really what you want to do? I got a couple friends that are going through school and they realize that the they're learning in school is like, yeah, it might pay well, it might give you time freedom, but the work sucks. They don't want to do it, they don't like it, it doesn't engage them, it's not exciting. So why do it? If you're gonna spend a third of your day doing some shit that you don't like and another third of your day sleeping, you're probably only gonna have another third of your day to do your hobbies or whatever. You might as well make the 2/3 of your life that you're awake living your life, doing something that excites you. Maybe right now, all you can do is just work a regular 9 to 5. That's totally fine. Just find a way to make that fun. Don't do some 9 to 5 that you hate, because if you hate it, it's going to be really hard for you to just even get out of bed and want to go to work. If you can't enjoy anything about your job, get the fuck out. Find something that you like to do. Don't waste your time, don't waste your life, because you only get one and you can't run it back. I mean, if this is going to be a career path, if it's going to be something that you want to do for the rest of your life, if it's not something that excites you and you don't enjoy learning about it, skip it. Don't lie to yourself and tell you that maybe eventually I'll like it. You know, deep down you know what you want to do, but you're just afraid to do it. And that goes back to that comfort zone thing. Like, you have to get out of your comfort zone and just do it if you want to do it. You have to make a decision. And I made a video about that a long time ago, about just deciding to do it. You know, everything in life comes down to a decision, and you just have to follow your heart. And I truly believe that following your heart is the best way. And I think that it's so important that you don't just chase money and fame, but that you instead shoot for something that excites you in the moment. Don't put happiness in the future, because it'll never get there, because the future doesn't exist except in your mind. Find something that'll make you happy now, something that excites you as you do it. Like, if you like making music, make music. If you like drawing, draw. If you're a creative type of person or you're an athlete, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you get in the zone and you lose track of time, if you don't have a clock near you, you forget to even eat sometimes because you're just so involved with what you're doing. And I think that's the most important thing. I hope you guys learned something from this. I hope I was able to enrich your life in some way. This is just something that I've been thinking about. This is like stuff that I've been working on for most of my life, just trying to figure out what's important to me and where I want to go and what I want to do and who I want to be. Anyway, guys, hope you have a great day, great week, great life. and I will see you guys in the next video. If you like the video, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. It really helps me out, helps the channel grow. If you think that what you learned in this video can help somebody you know, be sure to send it off to them, you know, share the love. Let's build this world one day at a time into the place we want it to be. All right, take care, guys.
I'm a grown man, find you somebody to play with. If you don't like me when you see me, better not say shh.